trade proposals that would fit for both teams. Bill Barnwell, the next one he suggests is a trade between the Raiders and the Bears, and it would tackle needs. Here's what the Raiders would get. The Raiders would get wide receiver DJ Moore, a 2026 first-round pick, and the Bears would get edge rusher Maxx Crosby and a 2027 fifth-round pick. The Chicago Bears are a team that have been linked and rumored to be a team interested in Maxx Crosby now for a little bit of time. Like, they are one of the teams that's sniffing around the Maxx Crosby Raiders situation. Does this work for both teams? Does this make sense? DJ Moore to the Raiders and a first-round pick. So the Bears' first-round pick this season. And the Raiders would then send Maxx Crosby and a 2027 fifth-round pick. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it absolutely makes sense because it alleviates the cost of 3 first-round picks or 2 first-round picks. It eliminates that, and it gives the Raiders something that they need, a weapon for a young quarterback in Fernando Mendoza. So you give him DJ Moore. He's got a reliable weapon. DJ Moore, when he's interested, can catch a lot of footballs. And the Bears get their edge rusher. They were one of the worst teams at getting to the quarterback last year. And you add Maxx Crosby to that defensive line, and all of a sudden that defense goes from just okay. Now, they had a lot of turnovers, but turnovers are 80% luck. You cannot build a defense that is reliant on turnovers. You can build a defense that gets to the quarterback, that is reliant on that, and Maxx Crosby is a guy that does that better than a lot of people in the NFL. So if you can do that, I would do that. Now, this actually does have legs. This trade proposal does have legs. Because if you go to Bill Zimmerman, who is producer extraordinaire for You Better You Bet.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Yes, with Nick Costos.
Nick Costos, the show that precedes us here, right here on Westwood One.
Westwood One Sports.
Right here.
Good job.
Right here.
Yes, continue on.
He writes on Windy City Gridiron. Bill Zimmerman is a bit of a Bears insider.
Okay.
And he wrote a piece, Chicago Bears rumors, will they add a big piece to their defensive line? Not only is Bill Zimmerman producer extraordinaire, bit of a Bears insider.
Okay. What did he say?
So he wrote a piece about, about the Super Bowl and talking to people around the Super Bowl and connected to teams and what the Bears could do. Trey Hendrickson came up a lot. And basically the Bears need to add defense. They got weapons everywhere. They got wide receivers in all. You go around the locker room, there's wide receivers everywhere you turn. You can't walk around the Bears locker room without stepping on a wide receiver or a tight end. But they don't have any pass rushers. So, this is what Bill Zimmerman writes. Talking to one person connected to the Raiders, he felt the Bears' 2026 first, a 2027 day 2 pick, and DJ Moore is something the Raiders would strongly consider.
Which is less than what Bill Barnwell is suggesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could get the deal done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's from Bill Zimmerman. You can hear him with Nick Costos each and every day before the Bleck Abdalla show right here on Westwood One Sports. He's a producer. He's the producer for You Better You Bet. So Bill knows. He's got a lot of great connections. He's got great information that he posted on Friday about what it would take for Chicago to land Maxx Crosby. Bill Barnwell today suggesting that all the Bears would have to give up would be DJ Moore and the first-round pick this year in 2026 to get it done. You and I were talking about it last week, and I was suggesting that they may have to give up 3 first-round picks to get this done, and they should. So if it's only a first-round pick this season and DJ Moore, I think that's something the Chicago Bears have to do. And I think, like you kind of laid out, it does make sense for the Raiders because DJ Moore would fit with Fernando Mendoza. New quarterback, first-round pick, right? And you get an additional first-round pick for this season to jumpstart your rebuild and your fresh setup with the Las Vegas Raiders. I think it would make a lot of sense.
It also eliminates the need to draft weapons for you early if you're the Raiders. If you're the Raiders, the way you look at this, you don't need to take that that first round pick, that second first round pick that you have this year, and draft a weapon. You don't need to even take that second round pick and draft a weapon. You have DJ Moore right there. You can use that second first round pick that you have on an offensive lineman. You can use that second round pick on another offensive lineman. You had arguably one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL last year. I keep going back to the fact that Ashton Jeanty was hit behind the line of scrimmage more than any other running back in the NFL. That is not how you build a football team.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not how you help your quarterback if your running back is being hit behind the line of scrimmage. So the way you help your quarterback, and I guess I understand that it's counterproductive to trade your best defensive player if you want to rely on a good defense and a good running game. But if you want to help your quarterback, it's also imperative that you protect your quarterback. And the way to help Fernando Mendoza, if you're the Raiders, is build your offensive line, give him a good weapon in DJ Moore. And I don't think that on the other side in Chicago, that Bears fans would be that upset if DJ Moore were gone if the return was Maxx Crosby.
Yeah, I think people would be okay with it. You and I are broadcasting from Chicago. We are Chicago Bears fans. I would be okay with it because I think they have enough depth from the wide receivers moving forward. Luther Burden is ready to take the next step. Mm-hmm. Hopefully Roma Dunze is the same. And then Colson Loveland has really become the number one receiver, even though he's a tight end. Colson Loveland's an absolute weapon for the Chicago offense. So I would be okay with it. You move away from DJ Moore, you give up a first-round pick, and if that's it, you get Maxx Crosby, now we're talking about something